Yo, what's up, guys? It's Pedro here. We got some more big Trent Williams news. If you guys are new, subscribe for Redskins and NFL content. So let's get into it. So I'll read something Julie Donaldson tweeted, and then I'll get into the numbers on Spot Track. So Julie Donaldson said, "Sources tell me Trent Williams may be done in DC. He's looking for a long-term deal at the top of the O-tackle market, something the Redskins are not willing to do. If talks stay this way, a trade may be the best option." So that's what she reported. Trent Williams is asking for a lot of money. I'll go into that later. But let's go on to Spot Track and look at what he's making right now. So Trent Williams is making $14,500,000. His cap hit is exactly that. So if we trade him, we would get a lot of money freed up for cap space. But this is what JP Finley says on his podcast. And if you guys don't listen to his podcast, I would strongly advise to, because you get so much Redskins news on there. But this is what he said about Trent Williams. The money Trent Williams wants is astronomical. The dollar figure I heard from someone I trust is so outrageous, I won't say it because too many people would riot. So, and I was listening to the whole thing, and they were saying 18 million a year would be somewhat reasonable, which I agree. But they were saying Trent Williams wants to get paid so much more than that. He wants to get paid a lot more than that. So at least 20 million plus. He didn't say exactly that, but it's pretty much implied. He said that Trent Williams wants to be the highest paid players in football, including quarterbacks. Like, he wants to be one of the highest paid, period, no matter of position, which is completely outrageous. Trent Williams is a great left tackle. He's definitely a top three left tackle, but he hasn't played in a full year, and he's older. And I'm fine, guys. Trust me, I'm fine with giving him 18 million a year, because even or 17, 18 million a year, because the cap is getting higher, so we can spend more money, and we need someone to protect Dwayne Haskins. But paying a guy $20 million a year, a non-quarterback, that much money, when you already got someone on your roster in Alex Smith who did not play a single down last year and will likely not play a single down this year, you can't have two players that make 20 million plus a year. That's especially when one of them doesn't even play on your team. So that's my stance on it. I really, really hope we can get a deal done. Maybe get him a 3-year extension, fully guaranteed next season, but not the obviously not the whole deal won't be guaranteed, but maybe like 3 years, $50 million a year, something like that. Get him not $50 million a year, but $50 million total. I think that would be good enough. Getting him close to that highest paid tackle, and even if you want to get there, that's fine. But I may be crazy, but I think $20 million a year for a left tackle is outrageous. So yeah, maybe like 3 years, 51 million which would get the $17 million per year mark, and maybe throw in some incentives that can get you up to about like 19 million a year. But getting to that 2022 range is way too much, and it's going to be tough because all signs are pointing to we're going to trade for him, which like I said in my last video, I do not want to do. You guys were kind of bashing me for saying that we shouldn't give him too much money, and I do agree with you. We should give him, I think, 17 mil a year, maybe even 18 mil a year, because the cap is increasing, is fine. But I hope you guys agree with me. 20 million a year is way, way too much, especially once like next year and the years after that, when we're gonna have to start re-signing our main guys. We will, though, get some more cap space with the restructure of Ryan Kerrigan, because they are in talks to restructure. Well, not officially, but they're meeting at the combine to talk about their contract. And Ryan Kerrigan openly said that he's willing to restructure to stay on the Redskins. So look out for that. It's probably going to be free us a few more million dollars in cap space. And yeah, the value I think we can get for Trent Williams is about a second round pick and a late round pick. So second and a fifth or sixth round pick for Trent, or a third and a fourth. I really want a second though for Trent if we are willing to trade it for him. But like I said, let me clarify, I do not want to trade him. I want to try to get a deal done with him. But if he's asking for this much, we cannot give him that much. So that's just what I'm thinking. But if we can get a second and a fifth for him, and I think the Browns would be a perfect place for him because their left tackle, Greg Robinson, got arrested for possession of marijuana. So they do not have a left tackle right now, or a starting left tackle. They offered us, reportedly at the trade deadline, offered us a second round pick for Trent Williams. So Trent Williams is still the same caliber player, and their situation just got way worse. There's no good left tackles in free agency, or at least no very good ones. There's Kelvin Beachum. I think that's his name, or that's how you pronounce it. He's good. He's a decent left tackle, but he's not Trent Williams caliber, and he's still going to be somewhat expensive. So they really are in need of a left tackle. So maybe if they offer us a second, maybe they might offer us a second and a fourth. Maybe. I don't think they would, but if they did, I would take that because then you got a first or second round pick, a third. I think we have two fourths already with the compensation pick for Jamison Crowder last year or Clint Dix. I don't remember if they both get compensation picks. But that would give us 3 fourth-round picks, and you never know. I do want to keep Quentin Dunbar, but if we can't, then that would be another third/4th-round pick. Maybe second, maybe second if we can get that from him. But yeah, these are the reported market values for each of these players. Brandon Sheriff, 12.5 mil. Trent Williams, 15, and Quentin Dunbar, 15. That's what they calculated. I don't agree necessarily with all of these. I think Brandon Sheriff should be a little higher, and I think Quentin Dunbar should be a little lower. Kind of switch those two values, but that's really what you're looking at. Brandon Sheriff is like I would that if we got that deal for Brandon Sheriff, I would love that. But it's going to take a little more for Brandon Sheriff because he's still young. He did have 2 straight years ending on IR, so that could be used as a negotiation factor for us. But I think it's going to end up being a little more. The franchise tag is $16 million this year, and that's what Ron Rivera said that will most, or not Ron Rivera, but he said they're trying to get a deal done. But if they don't get a deal done before March 18th, they will most likely franchise tag him. And they after that, they'll try to get a contract done before the season starts. Brandon Sheriff probably won't play on the franchise tag. But yeah, just let me know what you guys think about all this. I know some of you guys really like Trent Williams, but he's not worth it at $20 million a year. And if we do trade him, that's a lot of cap space. If you add trading Trent, which is I don't know if it's a full 14 mil, but it's at least 12 plus a few extra million for Kerrigan because he's restructuring. That's going to be give or take around $15 million extra in cap space. So we're going to have a lot of cap space if we do end up trading Trent. But number one option is to not trade Trent. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Also, real quick, some Dwayne Haskins news. A lot of people are speculating we take Tua Tagovailoa in the second overall pick. I do not think we are. I think it's a smokescreen to try to get that number 2 pick a little more valuable. Someone said, I think it was Todd McShay said that very unlikely because Haskins is Snyder's guy, and I do agree with that. Snyder would. I know he's giving a little control to Ron, but he does not want to give up on Dwayne Haskins after 1 year, and I think it's very silly to do so, especially when you have the best prospect available at number 2 with Chase Young. So you just got to draft Chase Young and don't look back. You get Chase Young at 2, and then if Trent is gone, maybe get a second, use that second round pick that we get from him, hopefully, and draft a left tackle. Or if you get some extra picks, you can trade up, maybe draft a tackle in the late first round. But this is a very deep tackle class. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. First, how much are you willing to give them per year? And second, I know this is Trent Williams. How much are you willing to give him per year? and what you think we'll get from him. So, yep. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace. Let me know what videos you guys want me to make in the future.